hit that like button, man. Yeah, you could tell. Yeah, what I was saying was you could tell when somebody have kids, man, when they got stains on their shirt, man. I ain't mean to upload that video while I was sleeping, but I uploaded that because the video had some good information in it. The video that we covered while I was asleep was a very important video, man. Um, yeah, my daughter did that. My daughter did that, man. My daughter pressed that button on my computer, man. My daughter she stay pressing buttons on my computer. She just come up, daughter something else, man. My daughter took the damn iPad today and locked herself in the bathroom. She 4. She got on the potty. She went and got on the potty. She was in there for a long time. I was like, damn, she in there for a long time. I went on there. She had the door locked. She on the iPad sitting on the potty. I said, damn. I had to threaten her to make her open the door. Shit. Yeah, man, she's something else, man. Mm, mm, mm. Let's see what we got here, man.
And sharing memories and a growing memorial. Tonight, the Oak Park community is mourning the loss of police detective Alan Reddens. Sarah Maki spoke with Reddens' former boss on the same night police have charged a suspect with first-degree murder in his death.
Purple and black fabric is draped across the front of Oak Park Police Department, a memorial to their fallen officer installed the morning after his death.
It's devastating, and it's a complete shock to all of us at the Oak Park Police Department and everybody who knew him.
Former Oak Park Sergeant Tracy Love was back at the station Saturday, where she was one time a supervisor to Alan Reddens. The officer, she says, you could always count on.
If you hear Reddens going to the call, you know for sure that it's going to be handled. He just had an ability to calm things down. And the reason why he was able to do that is because he was able to slow it down.
But Reddens might not have gotten the chance to do that Friday. With Oak Park since 2019, the former Metro police officer was responding to the call of a person with a gun leaving Chase Bank on Lake Street Friday morning when he was shot. A bullet hitting the left side of his body. Video from the scene shows suspect Gerald Thomas on the ground, then taken away on a stretcher. Shot in the leg.
Gerald Thomas. Oh, Gerald Thomas, man.
Bullet holes in the windows of the village's main library. Announcing charges this weekend, police said 37.
Killed the cop. Nothing was lost.
7-year-old Thomas comes with an extensive criminal background. Now also charged with first-degree murder, attempted murder of a peace officer, possession of a stolen firearm, and unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. This loss, a line-of-duty death, is something that Oak Park has not seen with their police department in more than 90 years. People now looking to find ways to honor the man who gave his life for their community. We were there as neighbors, stopped by a growing memorial near where officers responded. They didn't know Detective Reddens, but wanted to pay their respects and bring flowers.
He loved our community so much that he became a police officer here.
She done took her some goddamn Ebony meat, man. She done been down to Browntown, man. Shout out to her, man. She done let a brother go. Salute to her, man, and her lovely daughter, man.
Here and gave his life for all of us.
And so to have this happen right here in the center of the village is very counter to kind of the spirit of our community.
Love says Oak Park residents have been sharing photos of Reddens with her since his death, a fixture in this community.
That's just the type of guy that he was. You have people coming into the lobby asking specifically, can I speak to Alan?
A detective remembered for his dedication to serving others and the family he leaves behind, including a 19-year-old son. From Oak Park, Sarah Maki, CBS News, Chicago.
Sarah, thank you.
What year is this? I don't even know if I want to watch that. Salute to my man, Oakview, man. Oakview in the building, man. Shout out to Oakview, man. Oakview up in this bitch. That's crazy, man. What's that video I wanted to show y'all? Everybody hit that like button, man. Smash that like. Smash that like button, man. Where's that video? Where's that video? Anyway, fuck it. I can't find it.
Also tonight, a family is in mourning after a teenager was killed. 7 others were injured in a crash in Chinatown.
NBC4's Tracy Leong is live where a vigil was held for the 18-year-old who died. Tracy?
Yeah, Jonathan and Kathy, that collision happened just over my shoulder at that intersection of Cesar Chavez and Broadway, where you can still see people gathered tonight for that vigil. They've been out here for several hours, bringing candles, flowers, and photos to honor the 18-year-old who was killed.
But I don't have no hatred in my heart because I know me, but the man of God.
The father of 18-year-old Isaac Arianes, filled with grief and disbelief over the loss of his eldest son.
Countless people came here to share their love for my son, to pay their respects.
According to LAPD, a total of 8 people, including Arianes, were involved in a collision between a truck and a sedan around 12:40 Saturday morning at the intersection of Cesar Chavez and Broadway in Chinatown. Arianes was a passenger in the sedan.
Losing him is losing a part of you. So it feels weird. It feels out of place. The world feels upside down.
Arianes' cousin had just spent Thanksgiving with him, heartbroken to see her young cousin's life tragically cut short.
He just graduated high school and he's in college, and he has a baby girl that's going to be 2 next year in April. And, you know, he has all this love behind us and so much more, so much more. He didn't know how much people loved him.
Friends and loved ones held a vigil for Arianes near the site of the accident. The crash so powerful it caused serious damage to both cars after smashing.
Jeez. Holy shit. Fuck.
breaching through concrete and ripping out the plants along the sidewalk.
One car was speeding up Cesar Chavez. I would say he was speeding like if he was trying to catch onto the freeway. And unfortunately, the car making the turn did not notice the high-speed driver, and the high-speed driver crashed into the right side of the other car. One of the cars flipped over.
Witnesses reported one of the cars speeding before they collided. LAPD says there were 4 people in the sedan, including Ariana's, and 4 people in the truck. The 7 injured were taken to the hospital with injuries ranging from severe to critical. LAPD is investigating the crash and whether drugs or alcohol were a factor. Arianes leaves behind a daughter, a mother, a father, and 3 siblings. The family is asking for help right now with funeral expenses. Reporting live.
A suspected thief's sophisticated trick is caught on camera. He intercepts a package directly from a delivery driver before it even hits the porch. This is the second time in a week the suspect has used this method to steal high-valued items.
Yeah, and police believe that this individual may be using fake IDs to pose as the homeowner. Kimberly Chang has the story that you need to hear just ahead of the busy holiday shopping season.
Police say a package thief may be posing as residents right in front of their homes and possibly has fake IDs. John Shin says cameras captured a UPS driver handing over his package to a stranger in front of his home. The man shows the driver something on the phone, possibly a fake ID, then takes a delivery. It happened November 14th.
It's a fake confirmation. It's a fake tracking thing. You know what I'm saying?
Near Prairie Avenue and Manhattan Beach Boulevard in Lawndale. Shin was inside.
The truck had come by. I heard the dog barking, and I went to the restroom. And by the time I came out,
You went to the restroom, man. You thought you had time to go to the restroom?
UPS app had already shown that my package was delivered. And I'm like, that's really unusual. I didn't see a package.
He followed the driver down the street.
And I asked the driver, I'm like, hey, man, who did you just deliver a package to? And I knew what was in there. It was a laptop. And he's like, well, some guy showed me his ID.
Shin says the man got away with an expensive laptop inside.
This guy's got a criminal mind. And obviously, he had some insider information somewhere where he knows that this package had a laptop in there.
A few days later, Irvine police put out a public alert. Take a look at this video. Police say this suspect, who looks like the same man in Shin's video, intercepted a package with a MacBook Pro inside on November 18th. Police say he may have shown the driver a fake ID. Shin is convinced it's the same person. In both videos, he's wearing black pants, a white shirt, glasses, and
You think? You think?
has a beard.
It's already been reported to the retailer and the credit card company. I reported, I did an online FBI report, and UPS actually wasn't very much help. I contacted them and they said, well, we delivered the package.
Since many are expecting deliveries over the holidays, Shin is reminding.
Well, you weren't very much help either, shitty. It's your fault. It's half your fault, shitty Wong Fu. Ling Long, whatever the fuck.
Others, they may want to think twice about having expensive items shipped to their home.
If you are getting a high value package delivered to your house, maybe you could just get it delivered to a UPS station and pick it up there, or like a FedEx location, or just pick it up directly from the store. Just, safer.
Irvine police also believe the same man may be involved. Now, I reached out to UPS. They wouldn't comment on these incidents specifically, but did say that customers can sign up for email alerts so they know when their package is scheduled to be delivered. That's what Shin did, but it didn't work for him. They also said customers can have packages delivered to UPS locations. Shin is trying to get his item reimbursed. That process is pending. Reporting in Lawndale, Kimberly Chang, KTLA.
New details about a deadly discovery at a Hallandale Beach high-rise now ruled a murder-suicide.
Yo, it's like a smashable night. Every news anchor is a smash, man. What's going on tonight, man?
A husband gunned down at the hands of his own wife, who then police say took her own life. Local 10 Samir Nefsi is live in Hallandale Beach with what we've learned about the couple.
Yeah, Christian and Eden. So I had a chance to speak to the family members of Pie Time, and they tell me that they are remembering him as a great joy.
My man's name is Pie Time. It's Pie Time.
A fighter, someone that persevered following a serious motorcycle accident, and a pillar of strength and pride for their family. This after his wife allegedly murdered him in a murder-suicide here at this luxury condo.
Every time that I saw them and anytime that they were in the pool, everything seemed like they were great.
Says a neighbor and friend of Paitim Krasniqi, who asked us to conceal his identity.
Met him here in the community, great individual. It was very devastating what happened. Everybody just in shock.
On the eve of Thanksgiving,
Damn, she let off at homie, man. She was like, boom, boom, boom. Damn. Shit.
Hollandale Beach police responding to a shot spotter alert at the Beach Club, a luxury condo building. Officers discovering a gruesome crime scene on the balcony, a pool of blood, 2 bodies, and the outside riddled with bullet holes.
Never even would imagine that something like this can happen. They always look, both of them, smiling and being nice, so would not expect it.
Investigators revealing his 27-year-old wife, Sabrina Krasniqi, fatally shot her husband, then turned the gun on herself Wednesday morning.
One of those couples that thought they were like so cute together.
Paitim's sister posting to Facebook, Sabrina shot her husband 5 times in the chest, writing in part, quote, "The person he trusted the most, the person he chose to spend his life with, was the one who took his away from him."
It just makes you have like the heebie-jeebies.
Neighbors confirming this is Sabrina, featured in a 2021 Inside Edition segment under the name
Young, hot, sexy, Eastern European, I guess, looking chick, man. This is her. Yeah, Eastern European, Middle Eastern looking chick, man. Crazy bitch. Why she kill herself? She could have probably beat it. She could have said, "Oh, I was just going through mental health crisis. Oh, he was abusive. He was verbally abusive."
Have like the heebie-jeebies.
Neighbors confirming this is Sabrina, featured in a 2021.
She does walk like a crazy person. Bitch got a crazy walk, man.
Confirming this is Sabrina, featured in a 2021 Inside Edition segment under the name Sabrina Jaferovich.
That's her.
It's the Krasniqi family remembering their younger brother as a family-first guy that was devoted to his loved ones. And just so many questions still remaining. We had a chance to also reach out to Sabrina's family. They declined to comment, but did say they are still processing and working to figure out exactly what led up to this murder-suicide. A motive has not yet been released. That's the very latest.
The family of a recent Mesquite High School graduate is hoping somebody will come forward and help police arrest whoever killed their daughter. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes. A balloon release was held this evening for 18-year-old Alexis Tyler. She was at an Airbnb near AT&T Stadium this past weekend when she and a 19-year-old man were shot and killed. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager spoke with Tyler's parents tonight and has the latest. Peyton.
Heather, it was heartbreaking to hear the 18-year-old's mother spoke to her daughter about an hour before those shots were fired Saturday evening. Tonight at the balloon release, friends and family shared memories of Alexis Tyler, but they also begged and pleaded for the suspects to come forward or any witnesses who know anything to go to Arlington police.
Get up in the middle of the night last night crying again and looking at her pictures. It's very, very hard. Yeah.
Thanksgiving week was painful for parents Ruth Cole and John Tyler. As the sun set Friday evening, they were surrounded by support during a balloon release in Mesquite, honoring their daughter, 18-year-old Alexis Tyler. Tyler graduated from Mesquite High School in May and was enrolled in school to be a medical assistant.
She's a straight A student, a good child all around. I have no complaints. She never gave me any issues.
That's why Tyler's mother says Saturday night she received an unexpected and tragic phone call. Her daughter had been shot and killed. The 18-year-old went to a party in Arlington. Just after 10 p.m., shots were fired inside the Airbnb apartment near AT&T Stadium on Slaughter Street. Tyler was rushed to the hospital, where she later was pronounced dead. 19-year-old Dayton Allen, who police say rented the short-term rental for his birthday, died on scene. Both teenagers were shot multiple times.
Damn. Shit. So that was it was probably targeted if they were shot multiple times. Damn.
Teenagers were shot multiple times.
It's really bad because we haven't found the person who did it. And that's what's really hurt me the most.
Arlington PD is still investigating a motive. So far, investigators ruled out a robbery and believe the suspect or suspects might have known the two victims.
Please turn yourself in immediately. Please turn yourself in.
Whew. Jesus, tragedy, man. Salute to Frank Uncle. He said, don't forget to check out that video I emailed you. Oh, yeah, you said you did. Yeah, you did email me something, man. Was it about like some shit, like some conspiracy shit or something? About something like that, like some conspiracy stuff, some Oh man, I gotta show y'all something, man. We gotta somebody just got the merch, man. Shout out to my man getting the merch, man. Shout out, bro. Thank you for getting some merch, man. Thank you for getting the merch, man. In the Ock Nation hat, man. Shout out. He said, not long ago, I mentioned in the super chat that I bought this hat. You asked for a pic, and I kept forgetting. Better late than never. No one has approached me yet and yelled glider, but I remain hopeful. Have a good Christmas and New Year. Salute to you, bro. Yeah, make sure y'all get your Ock Nation merch, man. I gotta get that hat right there. I gotta get that one, man. I had to buy a bunch of shit for Christmas, man. Yeah, that's like the Black Power fist mixed with the Hail Hitler sign, man. Black Power fist mixed with Hail Hitler. Best of both worlds, man. Salute to Adolf Diversity, man. Speaking of Adolf, I have to look for that video, man. It's tragedy, man. Tragedy with this family, man. Tragic, man.
Now to an I-Team follow-through. Gerald DeClan Radford is the suspect charged with the murder of a gay man at a Tampa dog park earlier this year. The case is scheduled to have a stand-your ground hearing next week. It comes after Radford's attorney filed a motion for his pretrial release. I-Team investigator Adam Walser breaks down the latest in this case that got national attention.
Gerald Declan Radford, who goes by Deck, has been held without bond in the Hillsborough County Jail since March. He fatally shot Walt Lay at West Dog Park February 2nd was charged a month later with second-degree murder.
There was a bit of an incident between Deck and myself this morning.
Witnesses said before the shooting, Walt complained that Deck harassed him because he was gay.
Did you hear him yelling at Walt?
Yes.
What did he say?
Here comes the.
Mr. Radford stated that he did, in fact, on multiple occasions in the past, use derogatory language towards the victim's sexual orientation.
Walt texted a selfie video to a friend the day before he was shot, saying Deck threatened him.
So this morning, while I'm walking, we're the only two here, and he comes up to me and screams at me, "You're gonna die. You're gonna die."
After the shooting, Radford told deputies Lay attacked him with a coffee mug. Radford texted this photo after the shooting showing injuries to his face, writing, quote, "Walt attacked me at the park and I had to defend myself." We caught up with Deck near his home before he was arrested.
Can you talk to us about what happened in the park, sir?
The evidence is consistent with what Mr. Radford told law enforcement the entire time.
Attorney Matthew Futch filed a motion last week asking the judge to release Radford based on text messages from Lay, his defense team recently discovered in evidence. They involve texts to Sue Jones Lay sent hours before the shooting, which the motion says, quote, corroborate Mr. Radford's claim of self-defense. Jones told us Walt contacted her when we interviewed her in February.
He called me on the phone and then he texted me and he said, "Sue, I'm really scared." He said, "Deck is just out of control."
Jones read us some of Walt's texts.
"He's crazy. He doesn't have anywhere else to go. I'll keep you posted."
Walt also wrote what he planned to do if Deck confronted him.
"I thought, if he blocks my path again, I'll try to tackle him. He's really older than he looks. He's weak and feeble. I'll keep you informed. This weekend should be drama."
Futch's motion says, quote, the newly discovered messages on Mr. Lay's phone can only lead to one conclusion, that Mr. Lay was looking to attack Mr. Radford. A stand your ground hearing is set for December 6th.
It's going to be a mini trial, just in front of a judge.
Attorney Jennifer Strove, who is not involved in the case, says if the judge determines Radford shot Lay in self-defense, the case will be dismissed. Currently, it's set for trial the week of January 6th.
Even if stand your ground doesn't work, you still have the right to try self-defense to a jury. And at that point, the state actually has to prove beyond a reason.
So you get to run around and call people names and provoke people, and if they you know attack you, then you get to shoot them. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. You get to run up and call people names and harass them, and then if they fucking kick your ass, you get to shoot them. I mean, people are weak about words. That's how it is. We're all like this. This words hurt. Words hurt. Let's stop acting like words don't hurt. Words hurt. Words hurt, man. I'm not saying that I agree with it, but it's just a fact. Words hurt. Words hurt, man. Let me drop the link, man. Salute to everybody out there. Rumble Land. Hit the like button, man. Let me see. We dropped the link. Words hurt, man. And then you get to come up on me, yeah, Fada. Then tell me you're gonna kill me, and then the next day when I see you, I whoop your ass and you get to kill me? No, there's got to be some kind of extenuating circumstances, some nuance to that law, man. There's got to be some nuance to that law.
Wild shooting in front of a Las Vegas Strip resort that left an Uber driver dead may result in no charges. Thanks for joining us here at 5. I'm Denise Valdez.
And I'm Brian Loftus. Now, police believe this road rage incident sparked what became a deadly incident. 8 News Now reporter Joshua Peguero live near the Palazzo where that shooting took place. Joshua.
Now, this area of the Strip near the Palazzo was blocked off for several hours as police investigated whether a deadly shooting was intentional or self-defense. Less than 24 hours later, police seem to have come to a decision.
The biggest message to carry forward to me is, look, there's a lot of road construction going on in the valley right now. We're starting to see an increase slightly in some of these road rage incident type of shootings.
You hear the plea Monday night from Metro Lieutenant Jason Johansson asking the public for patience. His outcry came after a shooting on the Las Vegas Strip that left a man in his 50s dead. Metro said the man was driving for Uber with 2 passengers when there was a dispute on the road. When there was a stop, the man reportedly got out of his car, banged on the driver's side window of the car in front of him, and was then shot in the neck. The shooter, a 24-year-old woman, left the area but was later arrested. Defense attorney Nicholas Wooldridge says she was in the right.
If she believes in her mind, and the belief is reasonable, that she faces immediate death or serious bodily harm as a result of that person's actions coming at her with a gun, then she's justified to shoot and kill him.
Metro appears to agree with this, telling our 8 News Now investigators the case was submitted to the Clark County District Attorney as a self-defense review.
I'm not advocating for what occurred. What I'm saying is, had he stayed in the car, this probably wouldn't be, it wasn't worth somebody's life.
Wooldridge,
yeah, stay in your fucking car, man.
Says situations like this fall under Nevada stand your ground law.
If somebody is coming at you and you feel imminent death or serious bodily harm, you can kill the person. You don't have to, you can stand your ground and you can shoot.
Now, for those 2 passengers who were in the Uber vehicle, the rideshare company tells me it's checking in on those passengers and making sure that they're well. Reporting live near the Palazzo, Joshua Peguero, 8 News Now.
So in a statement to 8 News Now, Uber says it is shocked by the details of this senseless tragedy. And by the way, the company does not allow its drivers or its customers to carry weapons.
Loud boom that shook windows. That's how neighbors describe a crash in Old Town Portsmouth late last night. That crash investigation quickly turned into a death investigation after police found someone they say was shot. 10 on your side's Madison Pierman has the story.
Highway with injuries upgraded to a pin subject.
10:57 Friday night, Portsmouth Police and Fire are responding to a crash on Fort Lane and Crawford Parkway. When they get to the intersection, first responders found several power poles, even trees taken down.
Coming off Crawford Parkway, there's a power line down.
Among the wreckage, police say they found a male who'd been shot. They're still working to learn if he was the driver. First responders say he died before they'd arrived.
It's just sad to see a loss of life, especially around the holidays.
Ryan Davidson lives on Crawford Parkway. He and his wife say they heard it all.
Yeah, it was not a pretty sight. Wife heard a bang, come down, car's upside down. You can see the trash cans and a lot of ruckus. And you definitely can see what it was because it was the trees and then the light pole and then the power, boom, Boom.
10 on your side found pieces of the vehicle, including its starter, nearly 80 feet away from the crash.
Damn.
As of 11:30 Saturday morning, the power was still out for some neighbors. Dominion Energy crews busy trying to fix the poles.
Your Dominion Power out here, they're getting it squared away, so can't get any better than that.
The lights will come back on and the rubble will be removed, but Davidson knows for one family, the holidays just won't be the same.
You don't want anybody to get hurt, and you come out and you see that, and it's just unfortunate.
In Portsmouth, Madison Pierman, 10 on your side.
What's going on, man? What's cracking?
Men are behind bars in a murder scheme that's gripped the St. Louis area for days.
They are accused of hatching a plan to kidnap and steal from this woman before killing her. Michelle Hampton from Clayton was found dead on a North City street last week. Right now, Emmanuel Suarez and Anwan Mosby are facing federal and state charges. Chief investigative reporter Lauren Traeger has been following the twists and turns in this case.
Anwan Mosby appeared before a judge today on a charge that could ultimately end with the government taking his life, too. He answered simple questions, yes or no, as he's now in the custody of the feds and the case moves forward.
We take this very seriously.
Assistant U.S. Attorney Ashley Walker says many agencies work together to ID and arrest these two defendants.
It is of utmost importance to us that we seek justice in this case, particularly for the victim, Michelle.
Michelle Hampton was abducted from her Clayton home Friday, prosecutors say, and later found shot in an alley on Greer in North St. Louis. In their official documents, prosecutors provided pictures of one of the vehicles involved, a yellow Dodge Ram truck. In one picture, you can see Michelle Hampton in a red shirt in the back seat as she attempted to withdraw cash from an ATM. First Alert 4 Investigates has confirmed that truck was stolen on October 24th from an auto auction business in Bridgeton, along with two other cars. Only a juvenile was arrested, so it's not clear if Mosby or Suarez were directly involved. Mosby appeared in federal court Tuesday. He's facing a federal kidnapping charge, which could result in the death penalty. He's also charged with 20 other counts in state court, including murder. Suarez is also facing similar state charges for murder and robbery and a federal charge of felon in possession of a weapon. Both have extensive criminal histories and have been to prison in the past. Prosecutors say Michelle Hampton's sister claims she had been romantically involved with Mosby. She said she told him that Michelle was holding on to about $40,000 in cash for their brother. Though both were at large after the kidnapping and murder, police tracked Mosby down, and then they say he confessed to much of the crime, including shooting.
He confessed? Bitch ass nigga, man. I went on this murder with you and you confessed? Damn, Emmanuel Suarez, you deserve better, man. You deserve better, son, Brito, man. He sold you out, man. Got you to come kill this white lady and then get in this and snitched on you.
With 20 other counts in state court, including murder. Suarez is also facing similar state charges for murder and robbery and a federal charge of felon in possession of a weapon. Both have extensive criminal histories and have been to prison in the past. Prosecutors say Michelle Hampton's sister claims she had been romantically involved with Mosby. She said she told him that Michelle was holding on to about $40,000 in cash for their brother. Though both were at large after the kidnapping and murder, police tracked Mosby down, and then they say he confessed to much of the crime, including shooting Michelle Hampton. Suarez was tied to the crime through DNA evidence on a water bottle left in the yellow truck and a cigarette butt, too. Prosecutors crediting solid police work for bringing them to justice.
All the agencies have been very cooperative, have been very congenial. They've been talking to each other quite often, and that's how we were able to get some results so quickly.
The assistant U.S. attorney said she could not say if anyone else was involved due to the ongoing investigation. She also said that it's too early to know if they will in fact seek the death penalty for Mosby. Meanwhile, it does appear that the federal cases will move forward first.
Salute the bug off, man. Bug off gifting 5 Op Nation memberships and becoming a member for 12 months.
Yo, what up, Ike? Yo, Ike, today's a very special day in Kim Fox County. I don't know if you heard or you know, but today's actually her last day as state's attorney, right? So, I mean, I appreciate her legacy of death. You know,
Yeah.
hats off to Kim Fox, man. I hope she enjoys whatever the fuck
Hey, Wicked.
she's trying to ruin next.
Hey, so her last thing she did was to get Smollett off.
No, she did a lot after that.
That was the Supreme Court that got him off though.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah. I don't know.
Illinois Supreme Court. But yeah, it was all because of her, because she accepted a deal and all that shit.
Yeah, but that ruling was bullshit though, because that agreement that they came to with him was based on bullshit. It was based on that Michelle Obama's aide reaching out, Oprah reaching out to Kim Fox. Think about that, all right? In this nakedly racist nation. Fuck out of here.
Nakedly racist.
Wickedly racist, yeah. But yeah, a glorious day today in Kim Fox County, bro.
Just a few hours ago, the man charged with the murder of a Clayton mother appeared in court. The suspect pled not guilty and waived today's bond review hearing. Michelle Hampton was kidnapped last week in front of her home and found shot to death hours later in North St. Louis. And now we're getting a better idea of the suspect's relationship with the victim. Our Megan Kernan joins us live from the federal courthouse in downtown St. Louis with what she uncovered in court documents. Megan.
Mike, St. Louis police say the victim and the suspect knew each other but would not elaborate on their relationship. However, court records showed that Michelle's twin sister, Samantha Hampton, and the suspect share the same address. And hours ago, I got a federal criminal complaint here that says Samantha was involved in a romantic relationship with the suspect. 46-year-old Anwan Mosby faces 20 charges, including a federal charge of kidnapping resulting in death. Police say Mosby abducted Michelle Hampton from her Clayton home last Wednesday.
I looked over at my sister. She rolled down the window.
No tears, cry face, no tears, cry face, no tears.
And screamed at me and said, Sam, no.
Michelle's twin sister, Samantha Hampton, told us last week that she chased after Mosby as another man tried to run her off the road. Samantha said dispatchers didn't take her pleas for help seriously. Mitch McCoy with SLMPD said they're going to review that 911 call.
If we find that there was any room for training, we'll do retraining. If there's cause to fire someone, we'll fire them.
Court documents say the suspects brought Michelle to 3 different banks. She was sitting in the back seat of the car, which was all captured on video, as they stole $3,000 from her in total. And Mosby worked with at least one other person to kidnap Michelle that day, but planned to release her from captivity. Records say that Mosby admitted to giving Michelle a chance to run away when they were in an alley on Greer Avenue in North St. Louis. But when she didn't, he shot her. Can you at least confirm that the suspect had a relationship with another one of Michelle's family members?
I can say that the victim and the suspect knew each other.
But Samantha Hampton told investigators that she let Mosby know about a $40,000 settlement, which was being held by Michelle on behalf of their brother. Samantha also told investigators that she had not heard from Mosby since he left her home the morning of the kidnapping. We sat down with Samantha the day after her sister's murder, who still said she did not know who the suspects were. Do you guys believe this was a random person?
No. I don't think it was random.
Wow. Wow.
Well, at least she wasn't racist, right?
Telling you, man. I'm telling you. What the fuck?
New video of a fast food fight and the tense moments before things went wrong. A teen would end up shot, and police say her mother's mistake is the reason why. 7's Jessica Holly live in Northwest Miami-Dade with what happened here, Jessica.
She brought a gun to a McDonald's run, according to police. And then after getting into an argument, police say a bullet in that gun would hit her own 15-year-old daughter.
I will bust at you real quick.
An angry mother with a gun caught on camera. This video posted on social media shows the moments before police say a bullet from that gun hit her own daughter.
She shoots off her gun.
The mom would be taken away in cuffs, and her 15-year-old daughter sent to the hospital with a gunshot wound. The shooting was Friday night just after 10 outside the McDonald's at Northwest 7th Avenue and 92nd Street. According to the police report, the teen and her mom were at the fast food restaurant when the mom, 32-year-old Melissa Valbram, accused a woman of pointing at her, then followed her and two others to their Lyft ride. And that's when things got nasty.
She accused this all started because somebody pointed at somebody?
Didn't even tell him to leave.
Jesus, she looking like, I don't know who the fuck she looked like. Yeah, damn.
Melissa Valbram accused a woman of pointing at her, then followed her and two others to their Lyft ride. And that's when things got nasty.
Go. Excuse me, go.
As the car drove away, police say a shot was fired, and the woman's teen daughter was the one who was hit in the shoulder.
In the video, I have all pointing the gun at the window, everything.
Police say after Valbram was arrested, she told them she had a firearm on her waistband, and it accidentally fell, causing the firearm to discharge and strike her daughter.
You are arrested for aggravated assault with other weapon battery and culpable negligence.
Valbram appearing in court over the weekend.
Oh no, she shot her own daughter. She dropped the gun and shot her own daughter. Jesus.
Weekend.
Stay away orders, prepare them from all the victims. The one you shot, other ones that were in the car, no contact directly or indirectly with the victims. Do you understand?
Valbram has bonded out of jail. We asked her for an interview. She said she would give our number to her attorney. We're live in Northwest Miami-Dade. Jessica Hawley, 7 News.
What that crazy
Westwood
actress
woman
say
wants-
yesterday when she was talking to Stephen A. Smith? She said, "You don't see black women shooting randomly at people, right?"
Right.
Yeah. Well, that was another lie.
I'm telling you, man.
We told you at the top of the hour, police are investigating 2 separate shootings on Canal Street during a busy holiday weekend. Let's check back in with Rachel Hanley out there on Canal Street near the scene of that first shooting. Rachel, what are you seeing now?
Well, Whitney, we're seeing that there might actually be 3 shootings here tonight. Just as a recap, you mentioned at the very beginning of the show, we came down here to Canal and Burgundy, that direction, because we heard that someone had been shot and survived. We came down here, there was a crime scene, it was about a block wide, the road was blocked off. As that started easing, we found out that only about a block and a half away, there had been another shooting near Canal Street and Barone. So as soon as we signed off there, we came down here to check that out. There's an ambulance here. We don't see any crime scene tape, but there are a few police units. And then while we were getting set up to come back and talk to y'all, this was probably about 5 minutes ago, we saw a bunch of people start running from this direction of Canal Street, maybe a block down that way. And our photojournalist that I have with me says that he heard gunshots. And I asked a few other groups of people why they were running, and they said that they had also heard gunshots, about 5 of them. That, I'm not sure exactly what cross street that is. This is a very, very moving situation. We don't know a lot yet. We just saw an ambulance go down that way where we heard the gunshots come from. So we are keeping our distance for now, just for our own safety, but we're going to look into more about what happened here. As of now, we don't know whether any of these shootings were connected, but we do know that they all happened within about 3 or 4 blocks of each other and within 2 hours. So here on Canal Street tonight, definitely a very intense situation, and we're going to stay out here and see what kind of information we can gather from that. No suspects have been named, so we don't know who may still be out, who may be in custody. Everything is very, very fluid at this point. So if you know anything, as always, You're encouraged to call Crime Stoppers. You can stay anonymous. You may get a reward for information that leads to an arrest. And even as I'm talking, we're seeing an EMS car going in the direction where we just heard shots being fired from. So as I said, we're going to stay out here and keep an eye on this and see if we can find out any more information about what happened, especially if any of these shootings were related. So we'll check back in a little bit. On Canal Street, Rachel Handley, WWL, Louisiana.
Police are investigating 2 separate shootings on Canal Street.
Damn.
New Orleans been on fire, and the canal and the French Quarter. That shit been on fire lately.
Yeah.
They done had that, like, you know what I'm saying, pretty civilized for like the last few years.
Allegedly.
Yeah. I was out there about 4 years ago when that bitch canceled fucking the goddamn Mardi Gras, man. I had booked flights, hotel, all type of shit to go to Mardi Gras, and that bitch canceled it like a week before.
Yeah, man. They canceled Mardi Gras for that foolishness, that corona. That foolishness. Mardi Gras is like that's probably the first time they didn't have it ever. Let's see what else is going on.
Turns the tables on his accused attackers, leaving 2 people with gunshot wounds. Memphis police tell us the turn of events happened during an attempted robbery at a Parkway Village hotel. WREG's Alan Self brings us the latest in the case tonight.
Memphis police say Friday morning, a man and woman were both shot by the man they tried to rob. Investigators say the incident unfolded at this classic inn on American Way around 6. A crime this guest at the hotel says happens far too often.
I'm afraid you got to watch your surroundings.
According to police, the victim met the female suspect at the hotel and was lured to the back of the building. That's when she pulled out a gun and demanded the victim's belongings. A second suspect appeared, also with a gun. Then, in a surprising twist, a loud noise distracted the 2 suspects, and the victim managed to snatch the gun from the female suspect and began to fire. The bullets hit both the man and woman. The victim then took off running, but was not physically injured. One woman staying at the hotel wished to remain anonymous, but expressed fear after hearing about the incident.
It gets so bad where you're scared to do anything because people you don't know what they're going to do.
The male suspect was shot multiple times and is in critical condition. The female suspect was shot in the arm and is being treated at Regional 1. In a record we obtained, police wrote they believe one of the suspects was connected to another report they've recently taken. Officers also noted surveillance cameras at the hotel and nearby businesses, which hopefully can provide more insight into what unfolded Friday morning. For your news leader in Parkway Village, I'm Alan Self.
They tried to rob a dude. He pulled out the blicky and shot both of them.
Well, new at 11, we are hearing from Ladavius McNair for the first time since the PhD student and Army veteran spent 30 days in jail for a road rage shooting he had nothing to do with.
11 Alive's Angelina Salcedo live tonight from the Fulton County Jail. This is where McNair was in custody for quite some time. So, Angelina, what does McNair have to say about all of this?
Well, you guys, 30 days here at the Fulton County Jail, and he tells me that he is left with some pretty severe trauma, telling me that he didn't know what would be next for him, and he literally fought to make it out alive. Now, he says that Atlanta police arrested him not knowing that they had the wrong guy.
This time last week, I was unsure, uncertain.
Trapped in the system.
I go in Friday, walking in chains, right? Ankles shackled, body, torso shackled.
Ladavius McNair
Love
in jail
that
for a
imagery.
crime a judge would find he didn't do.
It's an uncomfortable feeling. I would never forget hearing the chains.
Friday, November 1st would be the 32-year-old's last day in court. The same day last year changed his life.
I can remember the class, actually. Quantitative analysis.
The graduate student was in class at Clark Atlanta University when a man with the same name shot someone in a road rage incident. Since that day, he'd had warrants out for his arrest without knowing it. This October,
I'm surrounded by over 10 to 15 cop cars, and they're all jumping out with their weapons pointed at me, telling me to get the F out of the car.
cops mistook his identity and put him in jail.
The experiences I've had in there was something that I did not know that was an experience of many people in those positions.
He says it was traumatizing. After a hard fight, he's free.
I walked out and I smelled that fresh air and I seen my beautiful fiance and my friends and my frat brothers and my family members.
He doesn't fault the man with his name.
The lack of effectiveness to find the true person that done this. That's what I do for.
Now, he is asking this man with the same name to turn himself in, saying that he hopes to help him as well if he can. The good news here is that he is still a graduate student at Clark Atlanta, and he's going to be graduating in May. His lawyer's office has taken dozens of calls from people who say that they are in the same situation. He would like to help those people and focus on helping inmates moving forward.
See, brother wrongfully arrested, man. We found one, man. We've been looking for one for a while. We found it, man.
I'm just glad they ain't kill him.
Yeah, you mean the inmates in the prison or the cops?
No, the cops. But yeah, the inmates too, though.
Yeah. Looked like they could have. He didn't even want to go into detail about what happened to him in prison. I'm sure he had a rough, Jack.
I mean, the cops probably were telling him, boy, sit down, boy.
Yeah, most likely, man. It says he details his personal experience in this one. Let's see if he.
But first tonight, unconstitutional, unlawful, and dangerous.
In 2023 alone, we identified
30 days.
It didn't take much time.
What I realized was that Rice Street location is pretty intense.
Ladavius McNair knows firsthand what life behind these walls is like. The 32-year-old just released November 1st after a judge ruled he was wrongly arrested by Atlanta police.
Inmates are really going through a lot of things in there.
He says it felt like he had no rights.
I ate rice and 2 slices of bread for dinner. I've been denied water. They say, you don't deserve water. Water's a privilege. I've seen inmates literally taking their cup, dipping it in the toilet and drinking the water. People getting jumped, people getting shanked, people are getting raped.
For him, every day was a fight.
How do I
jump, shanked, and raped? Yikes, man. And he's a square guy. I mean, I'm sure that was culture shock. It would be culture shock to anybody, though. Shit. Damn.
Deserve water. Water's a privilege. I've seen inmates literally taking their cup, dipping it in the toilet and drinking the water. People getting jumped, people getting shanked, people are getting raped.
For him, every day was a fight.
How do I survive this? Because I don't want to die in here.
But despite his experience in the DOJ's report,
we are certainly in a space now that we are happy that it has come out.
I'm excited about where we are and believe that we're headed in the right direction.
Both Fulton County Sheriff Patrick Labatt and Chairman Rob Pitts say they're happy with the improvements made to the jail so far and their plan for its future.
We will have to comply with whatever the Justice Department recommends, and that's what we're in the process of doing now.
When it comes to the question of getting a new building,
we are going to work with the facility we have.
Now, Sheriff.
Wow. So that brother seeing people getting raped, man. That's not good, man. In Atlanta, shit. Salute to Gouchman Low, man. Salute. Wishing you and yours the safest of holidays. Thank you. Appreciate it. Same to you. Mike DC 100 says, just want to chip in what I can. Thanks for the show. Salute to you, man. Guys, any thoughts on this, guys?
It's a puff piece.
This
is just BS. He's lying about the water stuff. He's embellishing, I should say.
You really think so?
Yeah.
Wow. He seemed very believable to me, man. He seemed very believable to me. I ain't gonna lie. For some reason, I believe the story. I believe this story. I think that he was. I thought he was very believable. Um, wow. Oh yeah. Let me show you this. What is that? Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Um, uh, everybody continue to hit the like button, man.
Who has completely in her everything that people are saying about white women is true. It's 100% true. And I'm going to tell you, as a millennial white woman who has completely walked away from everything that she has known in her white supremacy based fucking piss ass families, it's true. It's true. White women are the fucking problem. They embolden the problem. They marry the problem. They birth the problem. They're lazy as fuck and they play victim about the god participating in.
She should just erase herself.
White woman in one of my families. I only know white women that are.
I think she feels like this is like, isn't this basically what black women have been asking for white women to do for the longest? Like, you know what I mean? Like, admit that you're the problem and everything's your fault. Vote for Kamala, and, and then you know when Kamala didn't win, the first thing black women did was blame it on white women.
I mean,
Hey,
how delusional though.
If there's one thing that white women do embolden, it's the sun, man.
I mean, look, she's read about better queens like her being the problem, right? But not for what she thinks, you know. But everything that she said is incredible. It's unbelievable, really.
Yeah, such a self-hater, man. Talk about self-hate.
Fucking problem. They embolden the problem. They marry the problem. They birth the problem. They're lazy as fuck and they play victim about the goddamn problems that they're participating in. I don't know one happy white woman in one of my families. I only know white women that are either alone because men fucked them over and ruined their goddamn livelihoods and drove them insane, or they settled because they wanted their fucking retirements and they decided, hey, I might as well let this fucking pissant live next to me. White women and families that have watched their fucking husbands treat them like shit, beat on them, cheat on them, everything, but they still staying with them, laid down like a doormat. They'll be sitting at all these family picnics talking shit about these men, talking about how much they fucking hate them, how they're losers, how they get shit stains in their pants, but they stayed married to them and they still fucking voted to embolden them. White women will sell out their daughters, sell out their children. They will quite literally do anything as long as they get picked. As long as they're not the ones getting beat on. Because what do we know about toxic ass white families, pathetic, shitty, white supremacy based fucking toxic ass white families? Let me tell you about those families. When they're not going after gay people, when they're not going after black people, when they're not going after marginalized groups and poor people, they're beating the fucking shit out of white girls in the family. Especially if you're a free thinker. God forbid you're pretty, okay, or got a brain. Oh my God, you're getting your ass fucking beat down. And so what happens to those white women? They either find their way in the family so that they can at least be accepted and have love and support, whatever the fuck that looks like, or they leave, like me, and they get demonized and chastised for it. This is white supremacy. Everything these fucking people are saying is true. I've watched white women in my family show up for my crackhead cousin who's been to jail a dozen times and put money on her books and celebrate her because she's selling herself short and being a fucking nobody. When I graduated college, not one of my fucking aunts or mothers or any of those things was there to support me. Nah. You want to know why? Because they didn't like it when I got smarter and I got more intelligent and I could empower myself. Because white women are just a tool for abusive white men to stay in power. Families.
Any thoughts on this, guys? I'm holding down. I'll be right back.
Yes. But
Yeah, I'll pray
you got
for
the
this
fisherman
lady.
up here? Dang. Are you up here, fisherman?
I caught the tail end of it.
Oh, you missed a good one. This Glad Queen is everything that you said and more.
Yeah, they're horrible people. Super entitled, super pampered, super coddled.
Yeah, I'm just so confused as to her worldview. I mean, she thinks that the glider queens got it so bad. I mean, you should look at how bad the sisters got it, bro. At least how the numbers say, anyway. As far as victimization rates,
I mean, to
violent
her,
crime.
the white man is the
The
devil
devil.
that literally
Yeah,
created every single problem. Like literally, this
she
woman is
said
so
that.
delusional and stupid that she thinks that white men literally. I mean, if a fucking anything happens anywhere on the planet, she will figure out a way to blame it on white men. And the reason her family doesn't support her is because she's an annoying bitch, not because she's too smart.
Yeah, that's pretty much what she implied or said that the glider kings were apparently, just hurting everybody and victimizing everybody.
She doesn't go into specifics though, and she barely even talked about the glider men. It was pretty much focused on the
No,
glider women.
no, she talked about the man. She mentioned how the man,
She mentioned them briefly.
yeah, but she mentioned what fishermen said that the glider men are going around and targeting marginalized groups, right?
We out here marginalizing.
Well, that's what she said, right? I mean,
It's like, how does she think gays are treated in the rest of the world?
right, right. For example,
I'm telling you, like these women, I've been dealing with these types of women on and off my whole adult life, and they are horrible people, and they are
yeah.
For real.
insufferable.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Fish, and I hope you understand what I'm saying when I say this, but I mean, I'm sure the white man ain't shit either. I think everybody sucks, dude. No doubt about it. But just her, like everything that she's saying, it just sounds like everything that you've said about them. You know, and I'm sure you don't agree with me when I say that the white man isn't perfect. But they aren't. I don't know if you know that, Fish.
I mean, you can't let women have any sort of political voice. They can't. They
Yep.
just don't have that rational part of the brain that can think through, complex issues that have serious consequences. They can't
Right,
do it.
right.
The
Yo,
smart ones are aware of it, and they'll admit to it, but they'll still vote.
yeah.
Like it's not like they're gonna give up the power they
Right.
already
Yo,
have.
what do you
So
what do you think about that, Krug? Should females vote?
I have a strong stance on that if a female is allowed to vote, obviously I don't. They
property
should have
owner.
some. They have to
Just
have.
just say no. It's really easy. Just say no. Women
Okay,
shouldn't vote because they're fucking retarded.
yo, I mean, yes, I agree with that. But let's say if they did like have stake to lose, meaning like they own property and stuff like that or whatever. Like, but still, like, no. I overall, no.
What do you think about everything that this glider queen was saying? I don't know if you caught it.
Yeah, I mean, I caught it. I mean, she's just a liberal, bro. That's fine. I
I
mean,
bet.
whatever she say, it don't matter.
I bet she just got ran through by some glider man, and now she's pissed.
She got cheated on.
Something like that.
Yeah, but still, though, it is true. What she said doesn't matter, but it's still interesting. But you're right, though. It doesn't matter.
If she had to deal with the violence and poverty and degeneracy that goes on outside of her little Western white man world bubble, she would break. She would be an inconsolable mess.
She'd be dropping N's all over the place.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty. It sounds like she's not with a glider king anymore. I don't know who she's with, but she's not with a glider king.
No, I guarantee you they like this is our move for this is to get laid for as long as you can stand it and lead her on and then leave her. It's like there's no point in trying to fix her.
So it's a one night stand, if anything.
Yo, Crook, did you see what happened in with the offender in Oakbrook?
Yeah, man. I looked into it.
What is
Yeah.
all that?
What
What
you
a
see?
piece of shit. No, just what was on the news, right? What a piece of shit, dude, man. I heard how typical, man, that a dude, working, doing his just working, right, doing the right thing, getting killed by some degenerate, by some motherfucker that probably hasn't contributed shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was a zebra a bit too, though. Like
Was he?
I looked at some of his other stuff. That motherfucker was mentally unstable.
Did he serve like long bids or not really? Do you know like like sentences, convictions?
So he hasn't his last arrest was like in 2019. So I'm guessing
He was gone for a
he
bit.
yeah, I guess he was gone for a bit.
Yeah. Man. I mean, I don't know what the solution is, man. I guess it is what it is. But it just feels like motherfuckers are shooting at the cops more regularly nowadays.
Yeah, I mean there are no solutions, but yeah.
I mean, I feel like we just need these politicians to get their head out of their ass, and start really enforcing. I mean, hopefully with this new state's attorney, man, hopefully things pick up. They're saying that that office has like a different vibe to it, like with Eileen Burke coming in. But how much can they
I
even do?
heard some
I
stuff
don't know.
about her too. So don't have
Well,
your
she's
hopes high. I
well,
heard
she's a Democrat. She's a
yeah, I
Democrat,
heard she
right?
pretty woke too.
She's a Democrat, but he's not Kim Fox woke though. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother level.
Like
Hopefully,
it's
anyway.
the boiling frog theory. You're in the hot water and you've been boiled, so it might look a little optimistic, but Chicago is beyond fucked.
The world is being fucked.
Well, I mean, like the blue cities are particularly fucked.
Yeah, man. This white woman. Yeah, I think she thought she was going to get some brownie points. I think she thinks she is going to get some brownie points from sisters off of this. A lot of times, these white women do this stuff because they know that self-deprecation and flatulation is received well when you're let's see what this fucking guy said to say.
Just out on
Let's
a
not
walk
be
when I saw
biased.
this.
What'd you say?
Just said, let's not judge a book by its cover. Maybe here's something really important to say.
Just out on a walk when I saw this. It's funny because in 2016, after Donald Trump got elected, I did a lot of hand wringing, trying to figure out, like, oh man, what do we do? How do we talk to these people? How do we win people over? And I had an underlying faith in the American electorate that after 2024, I just don't have anymore. This is not a country of critical thinkers. This is not a country that analyzes the evidence. This is not a country of reasonable people. It's just not. And it's not necessarily that I believe the people who say things like, look, if you voted for a fascist based off of the price of eggs, like you're an evil person. I'm not sure that that's true. I think it's actually worse than that. I think that you're a useful idiot. I think you're probably as bad as anybody who in the 1930s were saying things like, well, look what Germany's done. Adolf Hitler's taken, all of the German people out of this horrible depression that they were in. He's gotten manufacturing back together. I think this guy's a great leader. And I think the mistake that I've made, and I think a lot of other people on the left have made, is thinking that we can talk our way out of this problem, because I don't think there's any way that that's going to happen. Like the culture of the left, the culture of the Democratic Party and leftists in general over the last few decades has basically been this kind of collegiate,
I'm intelligent. Let me tell you how it is. I can see through the matrix. I've done all the reading. And the thing that all of these conservatives and people who support Trump, the MAGAs on the right, what they talk about is like, have you done your research? I've done my own research, yada, yada, yada. All of that stuff is just total bullshit. Like, they haven't done any research. They read YouTube comments. I'm not saying they're wrong about everything. I'm saying that even in the little instances in which they're correct, they're wrong about a lot of the big things. And the left loves to admonish. That's the tool that we use to police ourselves. I made a video the other day in which I pronounced Kamala Harris's name Kamala, or Kamala, whatever I said. And I got immediately comments being like, hey, you need to say her name correctly. Sure, I should do that. But you know what? It didn't fucking matter. Nobody who voted or didn't vote for Kamala gave a shit about what her name was supposed to be. And is it a little bit condescending for me to say that? Yeah, a little bit. But also, you know what's more important than that? Trying to keep a fascist out of power. And that tool of admonishment does not work with people on the right. And it's really dumb that we keep trying to use it. These people have no shame. They have no... You cannot...
The amount of projection coming from one man is pretty unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's funny though. The term "useful idiot" is something from the Juice Crew in the Soviet Union. Like, the Juice Crew describes him, the pseudo intellectual social justice warrior, as their perfect useful idiot. He's actually talking about himself.
Yeah, but he presents as smart. Don't get me wrong, the way he articulates, he wasn't the typical unhinged liberal. Like, of all the liberals I've seen online since the election, he was the most centered and the most reasonable one as far as his behavior. Now,
Well, that's because, most of them are women.
Yeah, and they do that all the time. I think you even praised Destiny for being a good debater. That cocksucker Destiny.
Yeah, I heard some shit about Destiny. I was like, whoa.
That was Nick that praised them.
Tripping.
Yeah, no, I praised it. I praised Destiny because I think he's smart, but yikes.
you know what? Even before that came out, maybe it's the misogynist in me, the machista in me, but I can't respect the cuck. I just can't, you know?
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. These are degenerate, low life idiots.
Yeah.
Like, these are not men to be respected. These men, in like a survival situation, we would kill them because they would be in the way.
The way, like what happened to him with his girl. I mean, look, Tom Brady's girl cheated on him. That happens, but the way that Destiny happened was not. I don't respect it.
Yeah, and also, and guys, when we say we think the glider, what we mean is the white Protestant male. Not every glider, not every white man you see is the one.
The wasp.
Think for every, yeah, it's the wasp. White Protestant male only, because they have the brain. Other liberal white passing men like this, they don't count. That's why I always say every Thanksgiving you should thank a white Protestant male. You go out of your way, you thank them because you're a dumb shit. You don't know nothing. The white Protestant male made the U.S. or built the U.S. from the ground up. Because of all of you guys, nothing will ever get done.
I want to know exactly, like, explicitly what he says conservatives get wrong, because he doesn't elaborate on that.
They never do.
Like, what are we so wrong about? Like, what name? Like, gay marriage? Is that what we're wrong on? It's like, who fucking cares? Like, he's like, oh, why do conservatives care about economics so much? It's like, that's the one thing you should fucking care about politically, you dumbass.
Only thing that affects you.
Let's see what he is. Let me see.
Shame. You can't get them. We cannot get them to comply to behavior because we're trying to use shame as a tool. So saying you didn't pronounce her name correctly, or you know what, this is ridiculous that you guys don't care about American history and you're trying to rewrite it. Like, They don't give a shit. They don't care. And none of the useful idiots who voted for them care either. They care about
The
pedestrian
irony.
problems. Remember the banality of evil, okay? Remember what Hannah Arendt talked about. These are people who want to do things like what? Buy a house, afford groceries, save more money, impress their families. Like, they want to do really pedestrian things, and that in aggregate, especially when used by someone who is in a position
Yo, how elitist stuff
of
is,
authoritarian
Yeah,
power.
like, dude, that is unbelievably condescending what he just said. You want to buy a house? Something's wrong with you? That's pedestrian and so boring. Dude, this guy needs to be thrown off a building.
I hope they stay this way. I
Why you
hope they
say
stay
that?
this way, bro.
That's true.
I hope some ooga booga shoots his ass right then
He's a
and there.
fucking child, man. He's a child, man. He's a little boy.
This is you actually even how annoying it is, you kind of do want them to like not learn, and it does seem like they're not learning. Like,
Yeah, this dude's got trust fund written all over him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does seem like they're so entrenched in their way that they think, I mean, listen, they're arrogant, they're pompous, they're horrible people. They're not good people, man. What he just said right here is not something a good person would say.
Useful idiots who voted for them care either. They care about pedestrian problems. Remember the banality of evil, okay? Remember what Hannah Arendt talked about. These are people who want to do things like what? Buy a house, afford groceries, save more money, impress their families. Like, they want to do really pedestrian things, and that in aggregate, especially when used by someone who is in a position of authoritarian power, like a fascist, becomes a weapon. And those people could commit atrocities. And arguing over things like how Kamala's name is supposed to be pronounced, or what the conception of American history is supposed to be, or how come you guys didn't play by the rules, because actually Elizabeth Warren wrote the rule, and they do not care. And the thing that all of the people on the left need to recognize is that they only care about one thing. They speak one language, and that's power. That's it. That's all they understand. Power, and that power roots itself in violence.
That is so
They have
gay.
no conception of the truth. It doesn't matter to them. The truth is whatever is useful and whatever continues to gain them power. That's the game that we're in. That's the game that we're in now.
Like,
That's
no
the
shit,
game
bro.
that we're playing. And all of the cool
Literally feels like he's talking about Democrats.
I'm hip
What
above
do you
it
think
kind of
is
Obama era Democratic politics does not work anymore. And the attitude that I think a lot of Democrats have, which I've even wanted to participate in myself, that has been like, yeah, well, we'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens. What you guys think about this when you have Humvees rolling down your street deporting your friends because you voted and leopards are going to eat your face. They don't care. They do not care. It will not change a thing. These people have drank the Kool-Aid and jumped in, and they're in for a penny, and they're in for a pound. There are already and have been Republicans who do not want to go against the MAGA party line because they're afraid of what's going to happen to them. Just imagine when their leader has even more power. And if you don't think this can happen in America, I would love to hear why in the comments.
Hey, yo. This random, but like I was just thinking about it. Hey, Obama wouldn't have been Obama if back then social media was as big as it is. Because I think America kind of around this time when Obama came up, they kind of just started to like see these clips of him, what he was saying, and he was so hypocritical and just like so condescending. He always been that way, but all we had was the mainstream media back then.
But here's the thing too, like, remember all of his dirt. Remember they called him no drama Obama, and he literally had more drama than any president ever.
I know, right?
So it's like that stuff would have not been able to be hid. That stuff would not. You couldn't hide all that. Like Reverend Wright, all the gay dead dudes out of that church, whatever the name of that church was. All the gay guys that he was fucking with, the Larry Sinclair, like all that stuff, you wouldn't have been able to hide that like you could in 2008.
Right. And that's why, like, when he came up front, like in 2024, he was supposed to be like the savior and shit like that. He just didn't have that aura. Like, you know, I was young and shit, so he had an aura to me. And once he came on stage recently, I was just like, ugh, he just as bad as all these other motherfuckers just lying and shit.
Yeah, I mean, also the candidate he was trying to go to bat for. I think he's a very talented speaker. I think he's a very gifted politician. I just think like she's so awful, man.
No, I think he overrated as fuck, and I don't think he's that talented of a speaker because all he do is fucking lie, just like all the other ones. He's condescending. He got this thing that like this approach as if like he's higher than everyone, more like he's the smartest person no matter what type shit. And I don't think he's that fucking intelligent, to be honest with you.
Well, when I listen to him speak, I do
his voice when he speaks.
I do think he's very intelligent. My thing about him is like, look, he doesn't feel like a black man to me. He feels more like a guy who has some black traits. Like his oratory skills are better than all the white guys. I've never seen a white guy speak like him as a presidential candidate. He's closer to a Baptist preacher than any of them, who I think are some of the most like convincing speakers. He has some of that Baptist preacher in him, but he's not like a brother. You know what I'm saying? He ain't like a brother. You know what I'm saying? But I will give him that he. I mean, listen, his little era. I mean, he did that shit. That shit was I saw it that he did that shit in his little era. He did it and
overrated, overhyped. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He came
Yeah,
at a
no,
perfect
that's
time.
okay.
A perfect time. 08 to whatever it was, 12, before the blow up of social media and everything like that. And he got lucky because if he would have came around in 2016, 2020, and 2024, man, I feel like that motherfucker would have been in a dog fight with McCain and all them back then if they was
Plus,
around.
he did fulfill. So, like, we had a black president. Like, so it's like you can't. Like I think he was necessary though. I think he might have still won because him being like so stately and you know what I'm saying that like, oh y'all ain't even gonna take this one. Like it's kind of like you had to America kind of like had to.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree
take
with
that one. You know
he
what I'm
was
saying?
he was very the best of whatever was given.
Yeah, so it's like if you won't take this one, you'll never get one in. So it's like America and listen. I remember, man. I remember when he was running, man. I didn't think he was gonna win. I thought he couldn't win. He was going against McCain, even though McCain is a horrible candidate. I still didn't think he could win because I was so used to like it never being a black president, or somebody that represents as black. But as far as what he did this year in 2024 on the campaign trail, I'm telling you, man, she's so awful as a candidate. I mean, she's so bad. Like she's terrible. She's like literally like listen, it almost seems like they don't have like a game plan. It seems like everything's off the cuff with her. It seems like because sometimes they would say, hey man, when they ask you this question, say this. When they ask you this question, say that. It's like it seems like they don't have like those meetings, you know what I'm saying, where they talk about how to answer questions.
If you ever did any research on her and look back at like what people always said about her, they always said that she was lazy and like, you know what I'm saying, she was a lazy fucking
She was a sun woman.
Yeah, well, maybe. And they always said that she didn't go like she was ill prepared for everything always. Even when she was like the DA and all the other shit, she was always just ill prepared. And they used to try to like prep her. She was like hard to prep because she didn't like to read. She didn't read the briefings and all the other shit.
Yeah, doesn't it feel like that? Like with the View, like so what is different about you and Biden? not a thing. Like that's not the answer. No matter that's just not the answer. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I know they had a meeting where like, yo, if you get this is the View. You think the View didn't give her the? You think the View didn't give her the questions? The fucking View. Of course, the View gave her the questions ahead of time, and they had to be like, yo,
They give her the answer.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way she could have answered that question so bad. But this right here was funny because I used to when like in like the early 2000s teens whatever, there used to be a lot of gay men on TV kissing for some reason with these reality shows. And me and my wife, I would watch reality shows with her, Housewives, it is this, that, love and this, love and hip hop, this, whatever. And whenever it would be a gay man kissing, I would vomit, right? I would like literally have like uncontrollable, and my wife would get so mad, you know what I'm saying? She'd be like, that's so fuck, you know what I'm saying? That's so like you don't have to do all that. Like it's not that bad. Like you're so what is it, like homophobic or whatever, blah blah blah. And I'll be like, yo, I can't help it. Like when I see men kiss, it turns my stomach. Like I could watch women kiss all day. That shit makes my dick hard watching women kiss. But watching the men kiss, it turns my like revolting, right? And now that when I saw this article, I was like, okay, so it really made sense. I was like, yeah, that's true. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay,
absolutely.
Because it's like, yo, man, I'm talking about like just and listen, I don't watch the kiss, but just like when they're about to go on for the kiss, like, cause you know how like some of those reality shows or something, or it might be a movie or something where, and it's like, and you see it like, oh shit, and you turn right quick and you just like, just the thought of knowing that it was about to happen. You dig what I'm saying? It turned my stomach, man.
It's in our DNA. It's not some societally conditioned, oh, you're just homophobic because society made you that way and we can make you, love watching men be homosexual. No, it's in your DNA.
Yeah, it's DNA. It's primal. It's primal. And I'm gonna show this to my wife too, man. But I'm gonna wait a little while because she's still upset about. We just won the election. I'm gonna give her. I'm gonna show it to her down the line sometime. Yeah,
Man, no mercy.
Always showing grace.
Yeah, right. You're right. No mercy. Right, man. Facts. No mercy. Yeah. This is. Oh yeah, I was seeing something earlier. What did I see earlier? Oh shit.
So Aki, you never try to influence your wife to become more conservative?
No, it's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible.
My wife will say all the things that I tell her. So the disgust that I have for these faggots, that's the disgust she have with these faggots right now. Also.
You know what? That's good too because you live in a different country and you got a different. In America though, like nah,
I converted mine.
Well, that's how it usually goes. The number one deciding factor on how a woman votes is whether she's married or not.
Wait, hold on. Krug, did you just say is your wife MAGA?
Yeah, I converted her.
Hell yeah, brother.
How did that look? What was that process like?
It was a long process, man. She had that sun sister liberalism up to the bone, boy.
Right.
And I started sending her little clippings and shit.
Yeah.
And she, eventually she started looking at like whole clips and shit, and she was like, "Damn, they're making a lot of fucking sense."
What did it specifically? Like what points
2020, the Black Lives Matter,
the riots,
all that shit. That kind of it was kind of around the time with me, but even after the fact, like
she was
the presidential fucking term of Joe Biden.
It was bad.
It kind of fucked everything up too.
Wow, dude. So what does she think about crime and like who's committing it? Or she still struggles with that one?
Yeah, I mean, she still got hope, but
yeah. I mean, I do too.
But she knows. She knows.
Okay. So does she? So why does she like Trump then? Like, is it because of the Venezuelans or?
She like him because he tells the truth, and a lot of his theories that they was trying to call him crazy about and all other shit
Yeah, the
turned out,
propaganda.
all the conspiracies turned out to be true and shit.
Yeah, man. Hats off to
I've
you,
been trying
bro.
to tell her. I was telling her way back when. I'm like, man, this shit is bullshit. This COVID shit is bullshit. This
Right.
whole everything that
Women
they.
are a little slow.
So what do you think about Kamala? What are her thoughts on Kamala Harris?
That she was not a good candidate. She was saying that she seen fake and all this other stuff, and she read right through
Yeah.
her. Real sisters know that she wasn't legit,
Man,
bro.
I
They
can't
know.
tell.
They
I
know,
can't
but
tell.
they just refuse to be with the orange man. Don't believe that
Yeah,
they
no,
think
Yeah,
that
why
oh,
do
people.
they
they?
hate
I
him.
never
They hate
got
him.
that though. I honestly, like, I never understood why they hate Donald Trump so much.
Yeah, oh, they
Like,
hate him. They hate him.
They
The
hate him,
propaganda,
bro.
man.
yeah,
The
all of them hate
propaganda.
him, and no, but I mean, no, it's something deeper than propaganda because it's like natural. It's like all of them.
He
You know what I'm
he
saying?
represents he represents glider, glider success,
If it was
glider.
propaganda, they would have talking points. If it was
Yeah,
propaganda, they would have indoctrination. They would be. They can
yeah.
never tell you why, but they all hate him. So it's
Could
like
it
I think it's something deeper than
could it
propaganda.
be that he represents glider
Actually, it's
man's
not deep,
success?
Matt. It's not deep. It's these people are mindless drones.
Could it be
Yeah.
DNA?
Themselves. They
Nah,
But
I
think
think it's a
themselves.
lot to do with the it is indoctrination with like the all
Yeah,
like the
they think it's fake.
racism and all the other
Mhm.
shit.
yeah.
All they need to hear is racism and shit like that, then they be all emotional and stuff. But
Look at this.
it's
Between you people, don't talk to me that way. You're just a lightweight. Don't talk to me that way. Don't talk to. I'm the president of the United States. Don't ever talk to the president that way. Go ahead, take the. Well, I'll give you voters. I will give you voter suppression. You just have to sit down, please. Sit down. I didn't call you. I didn't call you. I didn't call you. Okay, question? Yeah, go ahead. Sure. She's shocked that I picked her.
No.
She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. How many cases were in the United States when I did my ban? How many people had died in the United States?
So do you acknowledge that you didn't think
Keep your
it was
voice down,
going to
please.
spread?
Keep your voice down.
Do you want him to rein in Robert Mueller?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
You didn't let me ask my question.
You've been asking a question for 10
No, you
minutes. So
interrupted
please
my
sit
question.
down.
The argument is that you bought yourself some time and you didn't use it to prepare hospitals. You didn't use it to ramp up testing. Right
You're
now,
so
nearly 20
you're so
million people are
disgraceful.
unemployed.
It's so disgraceful the way you say that. Look. You know you're a fake. You know that your whole network, the way you cover it, is fake. And most of you, and not all of you, but the people are wise to you. That's why you have a lower approval rating than you've ever had before, times probably 3.
What do you say the Americans were scared, though? I guess nearly 200 dead, 14,000 who are sick, millions, as you witnessed, who are scared right now. What do you say to Americans who are watching you right now who are scared?
I say that you're a terrible reporter. That's what I say. Go ahead.
You've said repeatedly that you think that some of the equipment that governors are requesting, they don't actually need. You said New York might not need 30,000. You said it on Sean Hannity's Fox News. You said
You know,
that
why don't you people act? Let me ask you.
You said
why
some
don't you
state-
act? Why don't you act in a little more positive? It's always trying to
My
get
question to you
get
is-
get you. And you know what? That's why nobody trusts the media anymore.
My
That's
question
why
to you is,
people-
how is that gonna
excuse
impact-
me, you didn't hear me. That's why you used to work for the Times and now you work for somebody else. Look, let me tell you something. Be nice.
There
Yo,
you
I
go.
can't fucking wait, bro. I can't wait, bro.
Yo, one last question. One last question to Crook County. Hey, Crook, have you put your girl on to Ag? Has she listened to Ag at all?
Oh nah, she can't do this.
It's
Nah,
too
she
much.
can't.
Yeah, it's,
It
no,
is too much.
respect.
Nah, she can't do this. I don't think it ain't many black women that can do this, bro.
You know what? Now I'll do you one better. I don't think there's many people that could do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is on a whole nother level, man. Where I be the hate that he propagates.
Hey, what's crazy is with Trump, bro, it's equal opportunity, bro. Like they always talking about how he's so condescending to women or black women and all this other shit. Bro, he
It's
goes
everybody.
at everybody, dog.
Yeah.
And it be the people that go after him though first. And then he say one thing and it's like, he's always he's running this thing with hate. And I'm like, bro, he going at all y'all ass, no matter what.
Yeah. And it's so obvious that it has nothing to do with race, has nothing to do with like, you know what I'm saying? It's so obvious that he goes at everybody. It's so obvious. It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy that they get away with trying to act like he picks on black people. That shit is just so insane. Wow. But yeah, this is Kamala's stepdaughter.
Such a big fan of you. Same, girl, same. I can't even believe you know who I am, and I'm. Are you kidding me? I can't believe you know who I am. Oh well, you are like a breath of fresh air. Every kid I know is just like knows your name, is singing your praises. The way that you play with fashion and just are unabashedly yourself is the most exciting thing I've ever seen. What are you wearing? Okay, so I'm wearing Coach tonight, and what's so special about this is made of hand-spun yarn out of all of their old fabric swatches. They really just understood my style and my whole ethos of sustainability. What has been the biggest influence on your style? Most of my inspiration is like objects. I'm a collector. I have like tchotchkes all over my apartment. Same, it's a problem. No, exactly. I'm like, why do I need another figurine? Because they're cool. So like, these are all yours? No, these are Coach. Oh, okay, these are mine. Oh, what has it been like for you, this whole thing? Like, how are you feeling? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy to be here and just celebrate fashion, celebrate Stuart. And honestly, this feels like girl. I'll be rooting for you and your family, and we're so like honored. And you're an absolute beacon, bright light. Love it.
A beacon.
Hold
It's
on,
also
what
fake.
did this bitch do?
She's Kamala Harris's stepdaughter.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
I'm so tired of seeing women with these random ass tattoos on their arms.
yeah, they look like they supposed to be like meth heads.
Yeah, she looks like a crackhead.
Yeah, like they covering up their track.
Yeah, they
marks.
track marks and shit. Yeah.
Man who launched furniture off a 20-story Midtown Manhattan high-rise, nearly killing pedestrians, is a Haitian migrant.
Watch out! Oh my god! What's gonna hit us?
Think about how reckless and arrogant it is to throw. Like, you don't care who it hits, what it hits. Just throw furniture off a balcony. He deserves to be drawn and quartered, man.
Is he naked?
I don't think so.
No, he got shorts on. Okay. So they just add to the insanity.
This is why I am anti-immigration, legal or illegal. You should not let people in.
Yeah, because this guy right here, he wouldn't do this in his country. A lot of things like if he did this in his country, like
I don't understand.
smithereens.
Somebody shoot him off that roof.
Yeah, like
But he'll ruin that whole fucking building.
Hey, like you gotta remember, man, they don't have skyscrapers, man. If it's only gonna be like 1 or 2 stories over there.
That's true. That's true. Facts.
2 weeks too slow said the Haitians are here legally. I don't give a fuck. You go back to where you came from. You are not an American. You are a Haitian.
Yeah, facts.
Yo, this Filipino is right.
I hate immigration.
I like his passion for America. That's some shit right there, isn't it?
Yeah, this one says Dominic.
That's a juice.
That shark is deep in the mud. Salute to you. But Arbo says, can you cover the college football all flag planting brawls, Michigan, Ohio State? I was just watching the BYU Houston game on the other channel, and Houston lost. BYU wins, and Colorado is eliminated from the postseason. So I was kind of hoping the Houston would win, but they're eliminated. So I'm really like, I ain't even really gonna be watching that shit no more because I don't even like know any of the other teams. I just know Colorado really. It's the only team.
Colorado did like exactly what I said they would do. They won about as many games as I said they would.
Yeah, 9 games. Yeah, I thought they would go 8-4, but they're 9-3. But they had a chance to. If they would have went 10-2, they would have been.
Hey, look what Florida State did this year.
Oh God, yeah.
They straight tanked. Why do you think that's happening?
From the start,
they suck. They don't have a good. They
I know, but I'm saying like, who do you? This is setting up a scenario where who goes where.
Nah, he's not leaving.
I could definitely see him leaving.
I mean, that is his dream job, though.
No, but
that is where he wants to be.
I thought he was going to leave, but then I think he's seeing that he can get players to come out there because I think he wanted to see if he could recruit there, and I do agree he would have left if he couldn't recruit. But he just got this recruiting class he just got in. High school is like literally up there with just about all everybody.
Yo, man, get out to the Cowboys, man.
Fuck no, he better not go to NFL.
No, I don't think he'll do that.
Hey, BYU and Houston got into a brawl too.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Everybody got into a brawl. State of Carolina got into a brawl.
Yeah, it's a rivalry. Yeah, rivalry. Rivalry Saturday. This is all the rivalries. Yeah. This is what was I? Oh yeah, I gotta show the main event. Yeah, the main event. Yeah, man. The main event, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did want to get to this one. I did want to do this one, but I have to come back and do that one. Everybody hit the like button, man. Salute to everybody out there hitting the like button, man.
Well, no.
Oops. Everybody out there hit the like button. Let's see.
Hit the PayPal Cash App, support the channel.
Yeah, man.
Well, an Oklahoma City teacher was arrested this week. Kiara Smith works at John Marshall Enterprise Middle School. Right now, she's on paid leave, facing allegations of aggravated assault and battery after, quote, horseplay in the classroom sent a student to the hospital. News 4's Natalie Clydesdale has more details.
Well, court documents show that during this play fighting incident, the student broke his collarbone. And it turns out this isn't the first time that the teacher involved has been in trouble with the law. Court records outline concerning allegations against 41-year-old John Marshall Enterprise Middle School teacher Kiara Smith. Documents show last week Smith and a student were play fighting in class. That's when the victim,
Smith and the student were play fighting. What the fuck?
Last week, Smith and a student were play fighting in class. That's when the victim, who's a 13-year-old student, got up and tapped Smith on her arm. And Smith turned and grabbed the victim, lifting him off the ground and slammed him to the ground. The documents go on to say as the victim was defenseless and in pain, Smith stands over top of him and raises both her arms up and looks down at him and says loudly, "Anything else?" She then allegedly went back to her desk. The teen was taken to the hospital. His collarbone is broken and he's now in a sling. Court records say Smith downplayed the ordeal to investigators, saying she often play fights the students at school and said the victim just took it upon himself to join in. She claimed the victim was fine and went back to work. However, investigators say video evidence proves that that is not true. Oklahoma City Public Schools sending us a statement Wednesday saying in part, quote, Miss Smith has been placed on administrative leave. The district is cooperating with law enforcement and is also conducting a full internal administrative investigation. Natalie Clydesdale, Oklahoma's News 4.
All right, Natalie. Now we have Oklahoma City Public Schools' full statement on our website. Meanwhile, Smith's bond is set at $50,000.
This morning, the loss of a Prince George's County man who did a lot of work in our community and in D.C. He was shot and killed earlier this morning outside of a popular restaurant on the 9600 block of Lotsford Court. That's where we find out.
I've been to that restaurant. It's like a Sun. It's like a Sun restaurant, but it's like a nice. It's kind of like not Dave and Buster's, but it's kind of like that. But it's just a nice like fun, vibrant like atmosphere. It's not really like a restaurant.
And our Alexis Wainwright with the latest for us this evening. Alexis, you had the opportunity to speak with the family. What are they saying right now?
Well, Larry,
She look like a goddamn ghost, man. The fuck?
the police have not identified him, but the family has. Now, just 3 hours ago, I spoke with the family, and they tell me tonight they are in shock. They can't believe this happened, but they also want to make sure that people remember Cornelius McDonald for the man that he was, very active in the community and with the kids all the time. Now, what we know about this incident is that Prince George's County Police say they responded to a call about shots being fired here at Jasper's, a restaurant in Lake Arbor, and when they arrived, they found a man with gunshot wounds. He later died here on scene. But tonight, we are hearing all the stories from friends and families about his nonprofit organization and the events he would attend and host to stop the gun violence and have an impact on the kids in the community. Now, within the last 90 minutes, his family released this statement saying, in part, Neil's unwavering dedication to improving the lives of others was evident in everything he did. His mission to shed light on mental health within inner city communities and his passionate efforts to combat gun violence were nothing short of inspiring. Now, the family tonight is asking for privacy at this moment. Obviously, a lot for them to wrap their minds around.
So he was on a mission to shed light on mental health within inner city communities in his passionate efforts to end gun violence were nothing short of inspiring. Wow. Dead. Shot to death outside of a club, man. That shit is crazy, man. What do you guys think happened, man?
Wrong place, wrong time.
Seems like being a gun violence advocate is one of the most dangerous things you can do because these guys get shot and killed all the time.
Yeah.
Told the son man to leave.
Exactly, right? Don't tell the son man to stop, man.
Maybe he did get into an altercation, man. So here we go. Let's see. We got something here on Twitter about this brother, man. I need to go to Facebook too, man. Said, me and this guy had so much in common, coming from two different worlds, connected at the hip for most of my early childhood, accepted me for not being like anyone else. A great father, a great friend, my brother for life. Rest in your light. Man, bro. What happened to you, brother? Said police have not formally identified the victim as a father and community leader. Hey, not a lot about him over there, man. Yeah, when I see brothers like that get killed, because it's like you, it's just like, damn, how the fuck did that happen? How the fuck did you get murdered outside of a fucking restaurant and shit? Like, I mean, how the fuck did that happen? Not saying that like it's something rare, but he was like he looked like a very a very upstanding guy, you know. You don't look like a dude that's into like any type of thug shit or anything like that. I don't know. He could be.
He tried to de-escalate something.
But the fact that he puts an effort to dress like that, I think he is not a street guy. I mean, because you will need to put an effort, and some men will clown you for wearing like this, right? So he must not be one of them.
Let me see this one. We got another article on him. Let me see. Uh,
Deeply adored. They're still in shock after he died Saturday morning, but they want people to remember the impact he had on the community and the region. Mariah Barnett was fighting back tears when we asked her about her close friend Cornelius McDonald. The two had been friends for more than 15 years.
When people think about Neil, I hope that they know that he was a true light in the room. He was so positive, and he really did care about people.
Known to many as just Neil, McDonald is being remembered as a father and pillar in this community.
Very well known.
Yeah.
I mean, loved like across the DMV.
And those who grew up and worked with him in Prince George's County and DC describe him as a genuine person who was known for showing up for people in a positive way.
He's like a brother to me. It feels a little numb to be talking about him in this way, but he's always been a brother, a protector, a really good friend to me.
McDonald was shot and killed Saturday morning outside of Jasper's, a well-known restaurant in Lake Arbor on Losford Court. No suspect information has been released, and investigators have not given much information regarding the circumstances surrounding the shooting. And with so few answers, the focus now is on McDonald's legacy. His family released a statement saying, in part, Neil's passion for creating a safer, more compassionate world will forever leave an indelible mark on those who had the privilege of knowing him. His loss is a monumental one.
Neil has like this electrifying personality, so knowing that he went the career trajectory that he went feels natural. Like he's a people.
what trajectory? They're so fucking vague, right?
Yeah, like what did he do in life?
Yeah, like they don't give you any information, nothing. Like salute the bugger off, man. Say take the $10 out. I like she hasn't given. Like I feel like I don't know anything about this.
He was
guy.
on stage though. Was that like a stand up? Like was he doing stand up or was he a musician?
Yeah,
musician or
Seminar
something?
or something.
Yeah, was he a rapper?
Yeah, like you can't. They're not telling you anything.
Person. He's outgoing. He cares about kids' mental.
He's outgoing. He cares about what the fuck did he do?
Health. He's always been an uplifter within our friend group.
Marcus
Oh
Ellis,
my God, they're like Kamala and shit, man.
the executive director of PCC, says McDonald was made for
Kamalitis.
violence prevention work.
He had that.
Violence prevention. He was in the violence prevention. Peace for DC.
Okay.
Magic. He had that ability to break through some of those very hard lines when dealing with folks that have been through so much. And so it's a skill set that many don't have. He was professional in his work.
Ellis and McDonald worked together on a project called Pathways, where they worked with those who had been involved in gun violence, something McDonald had passion for.
He was.
Okay, so he's working with youth and shit.
So this motherfucker was a violence interrupter, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mentor and shit. You got smoked. Yeah, that's it. That's something about that. Yeah, you maybe. Oh, I know what happened. I know what happened. Crook.
What happened?
Because he's so good at that, right? Intervening and stuff. There was probably some shit at the club between some shit. Maybe he
no.
Maybe
No, he did not step in between and try to be MLK. No. But he
jumped on the table.
That motherfucker
Have a dream.
He didn't have his uniform on, man. That's probably why they shot him. Man. They didn't know that he was a violence interrupter, so they just thought he was a sun man trying to, big bro them. And you better not big bro nobody over there.
Or they just started shooting and his ass being there, which he had no business probably being there, got hit. Could be that too. But yeah, I think it was something like that. What I'm feeling is like, yeah, it was some shit like, come on, y'all, come on, brother. No, hey, you, brother, man, come here, brother.
Brother, we was kings. What it look like two kings fighting each other right now.
We must love one another.
Oh man, I hope that ain't what happened though. But yeah,
Was committed to the work. He was from the area, and so he understood a lot of the trials and tribulations that the young people that we were working with, the young men, were going through. And so there was an automatic connection in this particular profession. There aren't a lot of Black young men doing that type of work that look like their client.
Bro, that's literally what it always is. What the
Yeah,
fuck are you
all of
talking
it.
about?
The trials and tribulation that he means maybe is the low IQ.
Yo, I
Our
hate when they
sons.
say shit like that. It's not many Black
Other
people
sons,
that look like you that's doing this. That's all it is, bro. That's
Yeah, I've never
literally
seen
all
a
it is.
violence interrupter that's not a Black man. All of them.
Bro.
Facts.
No, y'all. Hey, the Umbritos have them big time too. But like the Umbrito violence interrupters, like they don't fucking ask for praise and shit every fucking day.
Put down the guns, Ese.
Pick up, yeah, man. Put down the guns.
Yo, funny
Put down the
shit.
guns. Speak up their
Hey,
cervezas.
funny shit though.
And
Funny
let the
shit
pork
though.
chop. I want his life.
Hey, so
Andale, andale.
we deal with like the violence interrupters in like the Black communities all the time, right? Like literally all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We basically be arresting them and shit all the time because they be still doing shit. But like they don't help us out with shit, right? So I went through. We did a detail. We were in Pilsen, yeah, Pilsen. And they had like the Hispanic fucking violence interrupters, right? And these all like former gang members. They look crazy. They still got fucking they face tattoos and shit, but they got they fucking, you know what I'm saying, they violence interrupter jacket, they shirts on or whatever. These motherfuckers helped us out more in that one fucking like in that 8 hours than I've ever been helped with the violence interrupters. They literally was telling us like, hey, they gonna if they walk this way, they're gonna start fighting. And we got
Give
the
us the
park shut
Mexican
down.
accent.
Yeah. So look, so we went over. Everything they said was legit, bro. They even pointed us to like the guns and shit where they knew they was gonna hide them. And I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers actually helpful. So shout out to you on Britos, Wicked.
Sons got that no snitching code. It's even no snitching for violence interrupters. God damn.
I swear
No,
to God,
they're here
bro.
for a check. They're not there to help.
They literally there for the check, bro. These motherfuckers in Chicago, bro. Some of them was getting like $4,000 a month, bro.
Yeah, this is very lucrative.
And so it's extremely important and a huge loss.
Alexis Wainwright, WUSA 9.
Damn, bro. Hey, bro.
Rest up to that king, though, man.
Man, rest up.
Police have not formally identified the victim, but family members have. The family of Cornelius McDonald say that he was the man shot and killed this morning.
I was completely right, and she was completely wrong.
I'm going with he actually had a son man moment, and it happened. He was the whole reason and all that shit. Like it was on him.
Oh shit!
I'm going with that.
He crashed out.
I think he crashed out. I think he missed. He fucking lost all his training, bro. Lost track of all his training and just had a son man moment.
Jeez. I hope not, man. Whatever happened, man. God damn, that bro got whacked out out there, man. Shit. Sebastian Kim say proximity killed the son, man.
With the Shannon Sharp.
You guys imagine a glider male being a violence interrupter in one of these fucking communities.
Yeah, like they don't.
Ridiculous that would be.
Maybe they'd be good at it.
Yo, he wouldn't have nothing to do. There's no violence in those neighborhoods.
Well, no, I'm saying like if he went into like a violent neighborhood trying to be a violence interrupter.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't get anywhere.
Exactly. Like you think, like imagine some white dude trying to get between a bunch of gangs trying to kill each other. Like
they'll be in like the hillbilly towns, but it ain't gonna be no killing.
If If Rudy Gay would give Shannon Sharp his jersey, do you think Shannon Sharp would wear it or no?
Shit.
Shannon got to do so much shit to try to beat these gay rumors and shit. It's crazy.
By the way,
Yeah.
any of you guys can gift another a friend of yours or someone you know a Rudy Gay jersey, and do you think they would wear it or no? They will just probably keep it, right?
I mean, jersey's not that big of a deal, but if you in like sports, you know who Rudy Gay was. That motherfucker was nice. He was just never great. So people
No.
rock this jersey.
Really? Okay.
He's
That's
kind of
bad.
like Paul George, but more athletic.
Yeah, he's bigger.
Paul George is an overhyped role player. he gets paid. He gets paid like a superstar.
Wow.
To wear a Rudy Gay jersey, yeah, that's bad.
Oh yeah, I seen that earlier. Poor RP them kids. Wow. Oh yeah. Let me see something. Let me see some more. Oops. Oops. No. Let me see. Um, well, I want to see if they got any more of these things on here. Profiles and blackness, man. See they got any more of them shits. Oh, here is that it? Expressions in black. There we go. Expressions in black. Them shits be funny, man. Expressions in black. Oh man, here go one right here. I ain't seen this one.
KGW is a Expressions in Black on KGW is a sponsored presentation from Heart and Hustle Productions.
So I started off with denim, and I used to hand distress. I would spend probably 3 to 4 hours on one garment, but with a Dremel, it's probably 2 minutes per piece of garment. It's kind of like my getaway from life, just kind of seeing the fibers as they tear and not really knowing what to expect. It's more so you create a piece and you have to live with it to kind of just create beauty out of chaos. My name is Jordan Carter, and I am an entrepreneur. This is Produce Portland. This is our spot on the corner of 4th and Davis. We're kind of the anchor on the block. Produce Portland is a high.
Did you see that? You see it?
You got George Floyd on the fucking front door.
St. George up there.
He can't breathe. Why not remove the mask, you idiot?
The anchor on the block. Produce
statue of
Portland
him.
is a hybrid retail store. We like to say that we cater to every market. We actually have a wide range of customers that come into produce, from the sneaker enthusiast to the vintage thrifter to the quote unquote fashionista, which is just someone who's aware of the streetwear industry and understands how things work. There's a lot of people who support produce as a brand just because there's so many of us that are tied into the community. Right now, we're in Old Town, downtown Portland, Oregon. With produce, we are trying to establish a better Old Town just because we do see the potential and the future in this neighborhood. The city of Portland was able to give us resources to have an indoor tent. So we're able to provide a marketplace for local vendors of arts, clothing, and fashion. Growing up, a lot of people considered me to be fashionable. So I was always into the fashion side of things, but I never really thought about pursuing it. Upon graduation, went to work in the corporate field and realized this isn't for me. Being from Portland, there's not as many African Americans the further you go in the corporate world. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me find out. You already know. Yeah, always. Everything I do is bigger than me. It's for the people.
Our brand is Swapkin. Through unity, we succeed is our slogan.
If I only cared about myself, I would have stayed in corporate. I care about helping those around me. He came to me for a little bit of guidance, and since then, he's kind of just taken off. He's not like a lot of the other local brands I've seen in Portland. And ever since he's came to me, he's always come correct when I give him advice and when I tell him certain things. I just feel like I was placed and given certain gifts that have allowed me to educate those around me.
I don't know where I would be without this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole lot of guidance.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome, right? Brothers looking out
It's pretentious.
Man, fuck all them.
You're watching Expressions in Black on KGW. This is a sponsored presentation created by Heart and Hustle Productions.
It's better than selling back.
I did this shit when I was a janitor at Nike. Asked the guys who worked in skates if
Yeah,
I could
it's
work.
always fashion with these niggas.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Always something to do with fashion. It's so gay, man.
You have to consider the capacity, the limitation of people, right? So if that's the most that they can do of what they can think of, then I mean I think it's fine in my opinion. Because me as a low IQ individual myself,
my day job
I would love to do what these people do, and not my corporate job.
So
Well, they could just be opening up rec centers. So
I've always been a person who understands that my life is a little bit different than everybody else's. Y'all ready to come in?
Let's do it.
I started the coffee shop because I wanted to be able to do whatever it is I wanted to do. Come over here, pick up some merch, get the Instagram popping. I was like, what makes money every single day? Coffee. So I opened up Deadstock. Dirty chocolate almond milk. I didn't know anything about coffee, but I understood that I wanted to be good at it. Mochas are kind of what we do. That's what we're really known for. I had to understand the industry of coffee first in order to be able to influence it, change it.
all right, now that's dope.
I respect that.
That's the way that I knew.
Yeah,
I would
this
be able
this
to
is
be
good.
in control
You
of-
don't need to change it though. You need to adapt and learn it. But
I mean,
not to
Williams,
change it.
and this is Expressions in Black. So we got, Air Jordan 1, Air Force 1, got a dunk low because dunks are hot right now and I wish they weren't. If you don't understand the sneaker culture or the street, hype, whatever culture, that stock doesn't make sense to you. The Reebok question is the greatest sneaker of all time. You know what I'm saying? People like they Jordan and they LeBron and they Kobe and whoever, but Iverson is the reason why basketball is popping from my perspective. And my perspective is fact. So I've never been ashamed to try something new or to do whatever makes me happy. This back here is our sneaker wall, so it's where it begins. And sneakers made me happy. They're the way that I express myself. Usually this is either people who work here or my pairs or whatever, but all this tends to rotate. So whenever I would try to explain it's shoes and Portland's the sneaker capital and this is blah, 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 blah. I was like, coffee's really boring and coffee should be dope. But really what I wanted was the community aspect. So we're at Concourse. It's the new version of Deadstock, I guess. The entire inspiration for this space is actually just community. I wanted to be able to hire.
Okay. Look at that, brother, man. Let's see if anybody's doing anything in tech, man.
said, I am not an African because I was born in Africa, but I'm an African because Africa was born in me.
What's it, like the 6 a.m. morning talk show?
That shit sucks.
You're watching Expressions in Black on KGW. This is a sponsored presentation created by Heart and Hustle Productions.
So I'm the executive director of Oregon's African American Historical Society, and so these folks here, they're doing a series on African American figures all over the state who are doing cool things. They reached out to me, so yeah, paid me a little home visit. When I first moved to Astoria, I remember the population was 10,000 people, and it was 0.01% black. And I stopped and did a little math and thought, wait a minute.
It still is, motherfucker.
I wonder what
Wait,
the
it
crime
sounds very
rate was.
safe. What is he?
0.01%.
His name is Zachary.
He got to be a half breed.
He could just
That
be a
ain't
white
no
guy with a
half,
tan.
though. That motherfucker look more Native American than black.
Melungeon.
He looks like a Ninja Turtle.
10 people? This is the oldest American town west.
Think about it. He moved to a place that had that few black people, but he doesn't see the irony in that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He
Exactly.
sees it as something was wrong with the place, not he was running from something. It's crazy how they look at things, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like super racist.
And we know what comes next.
Oh yeah.
0.01% black. And I stopped and did a little math and thought, wait a minute, is that 10 people? This is the oldest American town west of the Mississippi River. I think it's the greatest small town in America. I am the executive director of Oregon Black Pioneers.
Not for long.
0.01% black people. He thinks the greatest town in America is the one that has.
He
Yeah, there's so much.
crazy.
Yeah, there's just so much backhanded underlying speak going on here.
Hey, I wouldn't even want to move
Oregon's
back to that joint. I'll fuck up the stats.
Bro, this is us here, like out of the matrix, like how we're looking at it. People don't see what we're seeing right now, Jake.
Yeah, because they don't have a filter. He's a liberal, and I think they don't. Like if you listen to that dude earlier, they so arrogant. They think everybody's stupid.
African American Historical Society, and I'm a National Park Service park ranger. The things that I geek out over are history and the outdoors. And now I found an opportunity where I get to make the two actually come together. If you tell the story of Oregon and you don't include the experiences of people of African descent, then you didn't tell the story. My name is Zachary Stocks, and this is Expressions in Black.
So I know you stand out for more reasons than one. Obviously, we got a lot of cameras out.
How does he stand out? Because of the dreads? If he didn't have dreads, he wouldn't stand out at all.
Bro,
This is another Melungeon.
You could be a white guy.
We're so full of ourselves, dog.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, ain't nobody thinking about you fucking point. Ain't nobody thinking of you 10 motherfuckers in a town of 10,000, bro.
Very self-absorbed.
Bruh.
Unless, of course, you do something.
He thinks he's so fly. Look at him.
Yeah.
If you put him in West Africa, he'd be scared to death.
I mean, he is pretty flat for a white guy.
Not even West Africa, just Haiti.
Put him in West Philadelphia.
Out here, so there's a lot of attention on you. But well, how important is it to our history that it's preserved?
People are surprised to learn how deep Black history runs in Oregon. That's always at the forefront of my mind. If we don't share these stories, who will? And so that's my mission, to try and figure out how can I use the resources that I have to share that with people that are already in these communities and get them to realize that there's a deeper story here. Kohaya, you are here at Lewis and Clark National Historical Park. One of the things I didn't know before I started working here was very much about York. York, of course, is the only person of African descent who was on the Lewis and Clark expedition. York's status on this trip was someone without any civil rights, without any privileges in the United States, William Clark still couldn't imagine doing this trip without him because he needed him to be successful in it. When I think about the things that he had to overcome, I feel sort of a bond.
There we go. We always still in their history, man.
This is
We
like
always doing it. There you
the
go.
Dolezal.
If we don't say we did it, we gotta say that they
black.
couldn't have did it without us, man.
Exactly. I'm about to say exactly.
There we go.
And you just
Again.
talked about that ego, right? You
Bro,
just
we
mentioned it.
arrogant, dog.
Yeah. First person player, man.
Bro.
Xanu Project Rethink, Nancy Forville. Gotta check that out.
Just like that whole shit with NASA going to the fucking whatever. They had to throw the black lady and that whole black crew. What's that movie with
the map bomb? Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? With Taraji and shit. Bro,
I got one. She was lighter than this game.
What about the Henry Ford? It wasn't Henry Ford. It was the black slave that was with him that was doing all that.
I got one better. Somebody tried to say Putin said that black people were the first in the world. I'm like, yo, I just can't. It's ridiculous.
Fun, and now I get to share that history with other people. From literally the first days, the first footsteps of non-indigenous peoples in this place we call Oregon, Black people have been a part of these communities, and they contributed to the development of those places. So we are here at Fort Stevens, that was built at the height of the Civil War. For me, when I walk through sites like this, I feel like I'm walking shoulder to shoulder with all the people that have ever been there before. After disrepair in the 1880s, they decided that they were going to start to build new batteries here. Unfortunately, a lot of times I don't see reflections of Black history in those places, even when I know from my own research that Black people have made meaningful contributions there. They were constructed under Moses Williams. Moses Williams was a Buffalo soldier, and from 1895 until 1898, when he retired, he was the only enlisted soldier stationed at Fort Stevens. A lot of times I think there's an attempt to minimize it or say that, we were bystanders to history as it was happening. But the truth is, you can't tell the whole story of Oregon without telling the story of Black Oregon. And as an ordnance sergeant, Moses Williams was responsible for making sure that all these things worked, to be that last line of defense for the United States here on the Columbia River. But nonetheless, today, very few people even know his name. Today, Oregon is not a particularly diverse place, but when you go back to the early history, you find that this actually used to be a very diverse place. And the fact that subsequent laws were passed to keep people of color from having those same opportunities, I have a service to have to share that history with other people. Because when we can learn about the things that happened in the past, we have greater opportunities to call out those inequalities when we see them in the future.
Being surrounded by these views, how much of the landscape that Astoria has helps you continue to visualize, right, how beautiful this is and how much of this land is built for everybody?
Like, what the fuck kind of, like, what is he even asking?
They sniff their own farts.
What was his express? What did he do?
He was a park ranger and
also act
a tour guide or something.
They are so pro-Black. They say that they want to support the community, each other, but they're wearing the white man brand, Nike, whatever that is. But they're not wearing Act brand. They're not wearing Floyd Mayweather TMT brand. See, they always wear white man brand like Nike and others.
We really do.
All that shit.
We did her. Yeah, I think we did this one. We did her. Yeah, we did this one.
Yeah, where they're dancing in the fucking hall.
Yo, I wish like white people was like worried about like the white community and saying that they have to do stuff to empower, our white children and shit.
Well, we do that. We just don't say the white part.
Just
like
like,
questions in the way,
bro. Like, I wish they'd start doing that. Be like,
They need to say the white part.
We have to do better our community. The white community.
Yeah, watch how mad sons get when whites suggest that they would like to take care of their own.
Oh yeah, we definitely. gonna rebel against that, man. Y'all gotta take care of us, man. You take care of your own, you can't take care of us.
Yeah, like we wrote y'all history, so yeah, y'all definitely gotta take care. Y'all owe us.
I mean, that is like the crux of it. It's the white people don't understand. It's like if anybody is a slave to anybody, it's white people having to take care of black people, which they shouldn't be doing.
And why
Yeah,
not?
man. Yeah, man. We able-bodied, man. We good. We can do that shit. Yeah, man. Great show, man. Go ahead. Any final thoughts, man? Anybody?
Let's
Take
say
us home,
fuck all those
fisherman.
people who want to silence us. Thank you
Take
for
us home,
letting us
fish.
speak, Ak.
Give us one quick last juice cool line, fish.
No, you go ahead and you give us some ancient Aztec sacrificial wisdom
I
from the
got you. I
altar.
got you. That's the you know the rest. You know the rest.
Yo, without us,
Really,
there
the
won't be
Joe
no you.
Biden of Aztecs.
Right?
Yeah, man.
We made it
Same
all.
what? Good.
I was gonna say we made it all, man. You like Jack Daniels? Well, you wouldn't have Jack Daniels if it weren't for the black slave, man. Remember that.
Right, man. Same black time, same black channel. Out of here. Peace out.